Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. One of the most surprising pieces of Outschool that I wasn't expecting. So I have my helper here today. He wants to see what's going on. Hi. Mwah. So I'm going to try to film this video. My name is Jenna Meyer. I am an Outschool teacher, a former VIP kid teacher, and a former brick and mortar elementary classroom teacher. It's way later in the day. It's like 6:30 at night. My kids are getting a bath. Hopefully I can get through this video. I'm sorry. Just craziness around here. I put a video up a couple weeks ago about my Outschool classes like not getting the enrollments that I wanted. There was like low enrollments, and I thought it was because parents at the time probably didn't know their kids' schedules for school, or if they did know their schedule, they didn't want to incorporate too much screen time. So anyway, in that couple of weeks since then, all my classes have been fully booked, and most of them, not all of them. And I thought I would just share kind of what I did to kind of get to this point. So I've been with Outschool for 2 months now. It feels like longer than that for some reason, but in a good way. And I've learned a few things along the way. So I thought I would just share with you like 6 tips that you can hopefully implement in your Outschool journey, and hopefully it will help you increase your enrollments and increase the money that you get from this awesome platform. So let's get into it. So the first tip that I have for you is, if you're new, or even if you're not a new teacher on Outschool, I suggest offering and starting with a variety of class types. So this will help you get to know the platform a little bit and get to know what works and what doesn't work on a virtual platform. So just offer a variety of classes, offer one-time classes, offer ongoing classes. Once you've taught one class on Outschool, you can also do forget what Outschool calls it, the classes that you don't meet face-to-face. It's just kind of a check-in kind of class. I don't have any of those yet, but I'm planning on it. So just offer a variety of class types, and that will get a feel for what you enjoy teaching and also what the students are looking for. It's funny, what you think will be popular sometimes isn't, and vice versa. So there's that. And then the second tip I have for you to hopefully increase enrollments is find what works for you as a teacher and what works on the virtual platform. So I will give you an example. I have taught a Play-Doh letter making class, a few sections of it. I'm all done with that class, but I don't know what it was, but I could not get that class like rolling. For some reason, that class just kind of fell flat. And so I have stopped offering sections of it because honestly, I just didn't enjoy teaching that class. So it was actually maybe my 3rd most popular class according to what parents saved from my classes, but I didn't enjoy teaching it, so I'm not going to teach it anymore unless I figure out a way to make it a little bit more interesting. And then on the contrary, I have one class, it's a Circle Time preschool class that is my most popular class, and it just works. I don't know what it is, but it's a movement kind of class. It incorporates lots of songs and reading and fun activities, and it's a consistent kind of routine that we have built in. It's an ongoing class for 6 weeks, twice a week, and I love it. And each class I've taught has been sold out, so it's my most popular class, and I always get requests from parents for, can you offer a time in the afternoon, or this day and that day. So anyway, find what works and hone in on that. That's my second tip. And then once you have a following of families and students, I suggest once a class is over or a section is over, make another class that builds on top of that one that is done, because then hopefully you'll take some of those families with you into the next class and on and on. And naturally, some probably won't continue with you. Maybe they have to go back to school, but you'll get some new families and then build on the next class. So if you keep your classes kind of just building on each other, you're more likely to retain those students from class to class. And then the other thing with that is I suggest keeping the times consistent for those families. So I finished a Circle Time class a couple weeks ago, and I made a new class to build on top of that, and I kept it the same day, same time, so that the families would hopefully be able to have a consistent schedule and stay in the next class with me if it was the same day and same time. Yeah, and then the next thing, I think this is number 4, maybe, I don't know, be responsive to parents. So this is one of the coolest features of Outschool that I haven't seen with VIP Kid. With VIP Kid, you have virtually no interaction with parents unless you join, I think, like messaging app or something. I never did that. But Outschool, it's really cool because you can direct message parents, you can send them files, they can send you messages, you can get pictures. Like I get parents sending me pictures of their kids all the time. So it's just a really cool relationship that can be built on Outschool, and that's one of my favorite parts and one of the most surprising pieces of Outschool that I wasn't expecting. So I love having a relationship with the students and their families. So my biggest thing there is just be responsive. You know, within probably 24 hours, if someone sends you a question, that's my goal anyway. But you do whatever you feel is right. But I just highly recommend building that relationship with parents, because that's the way you're going to get more consistent families and enrollments. And then the next tip, I think this is tip number 5, I suggest creating ongoing classes. This kind of goes back to my other tip of a variety of classes, but what I have found is that a lot of families prefer ongoing classes because right now, especially with COVID, they want their students to be part of a community, part of a group, something that is consistent. So if it's twice a week for 6 weeks, that's awesome for them. They know what to expect and they know more is coming. So I have found that the classes that are saved the most for me are those ongoing classes. A lot of my one-time single classes hardly have any enrollments, and so I'm almost thinking of dropping those off and just sticking with my ongoing classes because I've built a nice repertoire of students and families. And then my last very tactile tip for you is I went back when I was kind of in between my sections. I went back and edited my thumbnail. So this is the picture that parents see initially when they look at your class. So you can create them on Canva, use the YouTube thumbnail size that seems to work the best with Outschool, and I would suggest putting your picture somewhere on that thumbnail so parents can see you as the teacher, and take out text. I know when Outschool shares classes on Facebook, if there's text in the picture, they can't share it on Facebook. So take out that text so that your class can be promoted on Outschool when they share things on social. So anyway, you guys, that is my 6 tips for getting more enrollments, getting more bookings with Outschool. I hope these were helpful. I know there's a ton more, but I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. So in the comments down below, leave what you have found really helpful to create more enrollments on your Outschool platform. And yeah, I plan to create lots more videos like this, so stick around, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.